It's not nice when we have these obsessive thoughts about someone. We constantly think about them. We wonder whether or not they're gonna call us. We are constantly wondering why they're not having the same amount of energy in terms of how much you love them. You want the same kind of love back. You just wanna feel comfortable in the relationship. You wanna feel comfortable with yourself. When we have these obsessive, intrusive thoughts, what we can do is we bring the energy back to ourselves. That's the first step here. Bring the energy back to you. I wanna take back my energy. Thanks, I'm gonna take it back and keep the energy here. You are an individual. I believe in energy and everything is energy. If you bring the energy back to yourself and not sort of putting your energy externally, chasing a thing externally and recognizing your own energy, what it actually does, it makes you feel a sense of esteem in the self. We gotta go and love ourselves. We gotta appreciate ourselves. We gotta create fulfillment within ourselves. We gotta ground ourselves here on earth, right? And realize that this person shouldn't be put on a pedestal. It doesn't matter how good looking they are. It doesn't matter what qualities they have. We should realize and recognize the power that we have within ourselves. If we put someone on a pedestal, we're saying we are not good enough for that person. If we're totally obsessed with someone, we are saying on an energetic level, on a mindset level, on an emotional level that we're not good enough for this particular person in our life. We try to do things in order to keep them. Right? We overcompensate. We're always calling them, texting them, thinking about them. We kind of mistake this for love. The way that we act, the way that we behave, we mistake this for this is how love should be because that's what you learn from the fairy tales and the Disney movies and the romantic movies and the novels. This is the feeling that I'm supposed to feel, okay? But what if I told you this was an anxious attachment style where you're feeling anxiety about the person and you want to constantly do something in order to keep them and for them to not go away. Counterintuitively, what we got to realize is that actually pushes the person away more when we are in this energy. When we're constantly chasing or we're constantly in this energy of neediness or wanting or desiring them, sometimes that can become a repellent to the person. They feel like you're too much or you're too needy or too wanty, and it can become unattractive. And so what we got to do is bring the energy back. Let them come to you. I remember one time I was obsessed about this girl in school. My friends told me, hey, just stop texting her for 1 week and see what happens. I was really attracted to her, I really liked her, I was really interested in her. She wasn't interested in me at the time, but we used to speak via text, we used to speak on the phone, and we used to talk all the time. And I was always the one calling her and contacting her. And what happened is I stopped contacting her for a week, right? And what happened is she actually messaged me. Right, she started coming to me. She's like, oh, Gavin, I miss you. How come you haven't called me? I miss our conversations and all this stuff. Sometimes people don't realize they don't know what they got until it's gone. Okay, but when you keep on pushing and you're always on them and you don't give them space to reflect and review and all this stuff, now they're like, oh, this is too much. It's like when you go to the gym, you don't go necessarily 7 days a week, right? You have breaks where you have space to rejuvenate, recover, eat the food that you need, get the sleep that you need in order to recover, in order to get back into the right energy. And so that's what we got to realize about relationships and love, is that there's a dynamic, like a magnetic dynamic that needs to go on, like a push and pull energy, okay? If it's too much push, you're gonna push them away, right? And we don't wanna push them away, right? We wanna do some pulling energy too. This is the feminine energy. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a female. Sometimes you need to step into the feminine energy and come back and pull back a bit and sort of have a nonchalant energy about it. You still care about the person, you still love the person, you still appreciate the person or whatever it is, but you're pulling it back a bit so they can bring and show their energy too. They can bring their masculine energy and show you their side and how much they love you, how much they care about you, how much they're interested in you. And this will start to make you feel more comfortable. At first, you might feel like, oh, what if I don't contact them? What if they go away? What if they leave me? What if they're not interested in me anymore? Well, that's what it's going to be. And you need to let them be interested in you for the right reasons. You need to make them like you for the right reasons that they actually desire and want you. The second thing I want to share with you is that you need to know your qualities, your values, the things that you are interested in, and doing more of those activities, doing more things for yourself. Going to the yoga class, going to the gym, going to your reading the book, watching Netflix by yourself. Take yourself on a date, treat yourself, do your nails, buy new clothes, whatever it is that you like to do, start doing more of those things for you. Okay, you gotta love and honor yourself and bring the love back to yourself and focus on your own energy. As you create this independent energy, it becomes attractive to the other person. And when you're sharing your interests and what you've been doing that day and stuff like that, the person becomes more interested in you. Listening to the music that you like, doing the things that you love and enjoy, becoming attractive in that way, rather than a chasing energy or a needy energy. In life, We got to realize that people have brains. People think, people have emotions. Certain things attract people and certain things repel people. We got to recognize our own power, okay? And we got to love ourselves. There's a great book called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It. In that book, he teaches you an affirmation to say that you love yourself whilst looking into the mirror, or just saying it all the time that you love yourself, you love yourself. When you notice you have a negative thought in your head about yourself, that I love myself, I love myself. As you repeat this more and more, what it does is it builds your confidence, it builds your self-esteem. You start to recognize, no, actually, me and this person on the same playing field. It doesn't matter if they're more attractive. It doesn't matter if they're more intelligent or, you know, whatever. This is more about recognizing that you don't want to put anyone on a pedestal. Not a government, not an authority, not a celebrity, not anyone. Everyone is exactly the same. We just have different personality. Everybody's exactly the same. We just have different skill sets. For example, most of you probably don't know this, but I have attention deficit disorder, dyslexia. I'm slightly autistic. Most people don't know that about me, but there you go. I'm different, right? I have a spiritual side to me. There's all these different sides to me, and I'm very, very different. Okay, even my personality is very, very small. I think my personality type's only 2% of the population. In that differentness, as I love and honor that side of me, I feel more comfortable in my skin, and other people appreciate these aspects of me. Writing down a list of things that you appreciate about yourself, that you like about yourself, can really help, and you reflecting on that and realizing that actually, wow, I have a lot of value. Why do I need to be obsessed about a person? Why do you need to be obsessed about anything? Money, having certain career, whatever it is. We obsess about these external things, but the reality is everything's on a level playing field. The video that you're watching right now of me, the camera that I'm using to record this, the computer that you're using to watch this, the device that you're using to watch this, the cars that you see, whether that's an expensive car or a cheap car, first class flights or economy, this is all energy. If you look at scientifically, right, everything is energy. Everything is energy. It's just vibrating at a different frequency. So if everything is energy, there's no difference between you and that person. You and that person are exactly the same. They just have a different personality and they have a different image and the way that they look and all this stuff. Don't let that, don't put yourself beneath them. Don't put yourself above them. Everyone's the same. And this is where your true power comes back, and knowing that you don't want to treat this person like they're an alien or like they're different. Okay. The last tip I want to give you, tip number 3, is start visualizing yourself as the way you would prefer to be. So right now, you're being obsessive or anxious attachment style. What's the opposite of anxious? Confidence, or relaxed, or nonchalant. Like, I really like this person, I'm interested in this person, but whether they like me or not, I don't care, because I see my value. Start visualizing that you are in this confident, grounded energy, and that, life is life and things happen in life. Eventually, the right person for me shall come and will match, and it will be no conflicts or when I say conflicts, I mean, we just match and we just kind of fit in. There's no anxious attachment style or anything like this. Things just fit in. They make you feel safe. They make you feel comfortable in a relationship. They talk to you, they communicate, you communicate with them. Things just work a little bit more smoothly and automatic as well. It's not like you're trying to make the relationship work. It's not a lot of effort. Now, I recommend putting effort into a relationship. It's just there's a certain degree of a match, like your personalities match, your values match, everything matches. So it's like click, click, click. That's what you want it to be. You don't want to feel like you're like, oh, I don't know if I should say this or not. I don't know if I should mention this or not, because what would they think of me? What would they think of me? You don't want to be like that in a relationship. You should be able to be honest and open and have open communication with that person. You shouldn't be feeling uncomfortable about saying anything or communicating anything with that person, worried about their reaction or their response or anything like that. This is love. When that other person can be there for you and make you feel comfortable and expressing anything and not taking it personal, and vice versa. So right now, if you're interested, I'm offering 2 complimentary coaching sessions, which is going to basically rewire your brain to not be so obsessed about this person if that's something that you're interested in. It's very, really powerful and it's really, really quick. You can book your session. We fill up really fast, so make sure you book right away. The link will be in the description. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.